In today's story, you'll see how the romance between Karen and William started. It wasn't a typical love story. In fact, it felt more like something from a TV series, full of awkward moments, surprises, and little changes that nobody saw coming. Let's begin. It was a normal morning in the computer engineering building. The classroom was noisy. Students were talking, laughing, and finding their seats. Karen sat near the front, already focused. Her laptop was open, and she was ready to take notes. She didn't like to waste time. Then the door opened. William walked in, 5 minutes late. He wore a loose hoodie and had a confident smile. He nodded at a few people and sat down in the back. Karen noticed him, then looked back at her screen. She sighed quietly. Of course he's late. Professor Mendez clapped her hands. Okay, everyone, today we're choosing partners for your final research project. Some students groaned. Karen sat up straighter. The professor pulled a small box full of paper slips. Names were mixed up and chosen randomly, no changes allowed. She began reading the names. Karen Moreira and William Costa. Karen stopped typing. Slowly, she turned and saw William smiling. That's me, he said. Guess we're a team? She gave a polite nod. Okay, a team. William came to sit beside her and leaned in. So, this project should be fun, right? Karen didn't look at him. Depends on what you call fun. Karen didn't sleep well that night. The idea of working with William made her nervous. She didn't like how relaxed he seemed. How could someone like that take anything seriously? But the next day, at the campus library, William arrived early, with coffee. Thought you might want one, he said. They sat together. Karen was ready to lead. We need to choose a topic and split tasks. William suggested, AI in education? Karen blinked. That was a good idea. He even had printed articles. Karen was surprised. He was prepared, not perfect, but involved. And as they worked, he made her laugh. Just a little. And when the hour ended, she realized something strange. She wasn't annoyed anymore. She was curious. They kept meeting, in the library, at her apartment, and in a quiet cafe. At first, it was all about the project, but slowly, it became something else. A turning point. Until one afternoon at the cafe, things took a turn. Karen had spent hours organizing the project slides. When William arrived, 15 minutes late, he sat down casually and pulled out his phone. Sorry, had to take a call, he said. What did I miss? Karen looked up, annoyed. We were supposed to finalize the outline together. William shrugged. You're better at that stuff anyway. Karen closed her laptop slowly. I'm not doing the whole thing myself. He blinked, surprised. I didn't say that. I just meant… No, she interrupted, her voice tight. You act like this is just a game, but it's not. I care about this. There was an awkward silence. William shifted in his seat. I do care. Just because I don't stress over everything doesn't mean I don't take it seriously. Karen gathered her things. I need to work alone right now. She left before he could respond. That night, Karen lay awake, replaying the scene. She wasn't sure why it hit her so hard. Maybe because she was starting to expect more from him. Maybe because part of her didn't want to be let down. The next day, she found a note in her textbook. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel alone in this. Can we talk? W. They met on a campus bench under the shade of an old tree. I wasn't being fair, William said. I joke a lot, but this matters to me. You matter. Karen looked down. I don't know how to work with someone who doesn't take things as seriously as I do. I do take it seriously, he said gently. Maybe not in the same way, but I'm here. I'm all in. She looked at him. Really looked. There was no smirk, no sarcasm, just sincerity. Okay, she said quietly. Let's try again. From that point on, things changed. They shared ideas, then jokes, then stories. Karen started to laugh more. William started showing up earlier, more prepared. He still made small mistakes, but he cared. One night, while working at her place, their arms touched. Neither pulled away. At the cafe, they stayed late just talking about family. Karen talked about pressure to be perfect. William said, "I act chill, but I don't want to disappoint people." Maybe he wasn't what she thought. Maybe he was more. The day of the presentation arrived. Karen felt nervous, but ready. She and William stood in front of the class. Their slides were clear. They spoke with confidence. Professor Mendez smiled. "Great job. Strong teamwork." As they sat down, William whispered, "We make a good team, huh?" Karen nodded, smiling. A few days later, William sent her a message. "Want to grab coffee this weekend?" Karen's heart beat faster. She smiled. Maybe this was the start of something new. When Saturday came, William picked her up with a smile. They got coffee, walked in the park, and talked for hours. No school, no pressure. They laughed. A lot. William told her funny childhood stories. Karen opened up too and felt relaxed in a way she wasn't used to. At the end of the walk, William said softly, "I really like spending time with you." Karen looked at him. "Me too." After that, things changed again. William started showing up with her favorite snack. They studied together, but the space between them was different now. Warmer, full of glances, small smiles, quiet care. One day, William left a note on her desk. "Can I take you out for dinner? No project, just us." Her heart raced. She said yes. On Saturday night, he took her to a small, cozy restaurant. Nothing fancy, just soft lights, quiet music, and real conversation. They talked about family, dreams, fears. William held her hand. "You don't have to be perfect all the time," he said. Karen smiled. She felt safe. Later, under the stars, William stopped and looked at her. Slowly, he leaned in. Their eyes met. And then, their first kiss. It was soft, honest, real. "I'm glad we're doing this," he said. Karen whispered back, "Me too." From then on, their bond only grew. They didn't need big plans, just being together. Walking, studying, or sitting under a tree felt enough. Karen felt seen, not just as a student, but as herself. William, too, felt more focused, more grounded, with her by his side. One night, on a quiet bench, he asked, "Do you think this, us, is something real?" Karen looked into his eyes. "Yes," she said, "this is real." And when they kissed again, the stars above them felt a little brighter. Two students, once strangers, now something more. A love story that started by chance and turned into something real. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more stories like this one. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.